Okay, my bad. I'm using a new device. I apologize about the technical difficulties. Is the audio going good? Using a new device, so please bear with me. Mic check. Get a banner up real quick. Audio check. Is my audio going? Or did I mute myself? What's going on here? No, I ain't gonna hit that again. Hey, Chris, my audio all right? All right, cool. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, I'm a micro YouTuber, man. I can barely get 10 people in my chat, if that. But somehow today, somebody, a celebrity, decided to address me because I had questions. And at the end of the day, this is a public forum. If we choose to come on here, then yes, we choose to be subjected to the questions and opinions of others. If we're offended by the opinions and questions of others, and of course, like I said the other day, there's the church sector with TD Jakes and Joel Osteen and whatnot. But getting to it is that, yeah, I mean, it's all public, just what like Tom used to do around the web. Hello, Tanya, have a good night. Thanks for stopping by. If we choose to come on YouTube, then yes, we do open up ourselves to some degree of scrutiny, opinion, and so forth. Especially if I choose to throw, I got XYZ, I'm this, I'm that, I'm the best at this, the why that. At some point, someone's going to ask you to prove it. Or more so, if I say I'm this, I'm that, I'm the shit, I'm the bee's knees, at some point, someone is going to challenge that. How we react, that's completely up to us, right? But with that said, with your reaction, again, you are going to be judged when you openly volunteer to come on this platform. You know what? Let me see if I'm gonna wait a few minutes and I'm gonna see if I can drop the link. And anybody, you're free to drop your opinions. I'm not going to sit here and scream at somebody, and cuss at somebody because they have a negative opinion of me. It's going to happen. I'm not going to please everybody in this lifetime. I'm not going to please everybody in this world. But what I can do is I can come to YouTube and I can speak my opinion, provided I'm respectful of it. Yeah, the only person I intentionally come and disrespect on YouTube is Tyra. And again, that's based on his actions, his words, and what he does to double down on his foolishness. But beyond that, I'll go to Clyde Diva's panel. I've been there. I've been on Vic's panel, and I've been respectful. I've been at other people's platforms, and I try to be respectful, right? That's who I am. For the most part, that's how I was raised, to be very respectful. And not everybody's going to see things eye to eye, and not everyone's going to, if you try to engage in a conversation, they're going to see it the same way, right? But this dude, I mean, it's clearly obvious that what John and others are saying is true. You cannot question it. It's only as if you give the dude praise and whatnot. I mean, I'm human. I'm gonna fail. I'm gonna fail in life, and that's part of life. It's all about how you get back up, and I think it goes a little bit deeper than that. If I'm a person with wealth, or if I have certain status, many things come with that. The saying is, and somebody correct me if I get the saying wrong. Too much, to whom much is given, much is expected. Right. So if I'm blessed with a talent by God, if I'm blessed with athletic ability or the gift of gab by God, or whomever you so choose to praise, what have you, to have that gift and not use it for the best of its ability, you know what I'm saying? Like, so let's say I'm an excellent orator, and when I was in middle school, I remember public speaking in front of like a classroom, but it was Spanish, and I was shaking. I was visibly shaking. But you know what? It's about pushing through and persevering. So to the individual, I'll call his name Kwame. Life is about challenges, and you were gifted, right? You were gifted, and the question is, how hard did you push through your challenges? Because, like Sis was saying, you can't be a celebrity one moment and then XYZ the next, right? If you're gifted, use the gift, hone your gift. As they say, hone your craft, which means you got to sharpen your blade and what have you. Practice day in, day out. If we look at guys like Kobe Bryant, the guy's constantly in the gym. Even as he got older, he started practicing more, right? So to whom much is given, much is expected. If you're gifted, if you're someone who's a great orator like Obama or somebody else, you're expected to conduct yourself and do for others. I believe Steve Harvey said something the other week that I found very, very pressing. The dude said, what do you say? Bless others. No, he said, in order to be blessed, you must bless others. So if I have a gift, share the gift in order to bless those around me, and then God will bless me in turn. Right? So my whole thing is this: you have a gift, use it to better those around you. As the saying goes, a high tide floats all boats. Right? But I'm not going to stay up here too long. I'm going to see if I can figure out how to drop this damn link on this tab. Shout out Samsung. I picked this shit up, and I'm actually quite satisfied. I just got to figure out how to use it a little bit. So I'm going to see if I can copy this and comments. How do I even comment? Will it let me comment? I'm going to see if I can drop this link real quick. Go back to this. Comments. How the hell do I drop the comment on this? Bear with me, please. I can't create a banner. Can I do this? Bear with me, please. Technical issues. No. I guess I can't make a damn comment with this. Okay, there it goes. Paste. All right. Yeah, so I dropped the link. Let me make sure the audio is turned up on this thing. Again, I wasn't trying to be disrespectful to the dude, and I have no personal issue with the dude. All I'm saying is, I listened to a little bit of that dude's earlier stream while I was walking the dog, and someone trying to say that people are jealous. No. It goes back to the same thing I said about Tommy, right? And I respect Tommy. Yeah, he is a celebrity. Tommy Sotomayor is a celebrity. He's been on TV, he's been on radio and whatnot. But one of the greatest things that I respect about Tommy, there are several things, right? The dude Clifton Rainey, who was devoted to taking Tommy down and whatnot back in 2012, 2013, when Tommy went and bailed the dude out of jail, flew out of Georgia, flew to Michigan and bailed the dude out of jail because his family couldn't do it, right? So that is a lesson in humility, right? It's not a matter of smalling down yourself because you trying to fit into a certain space. No, it's a matter of sometimes you gotta take your ego out of it, and sometimes when you take your ego out of it, you're able to fit into scenarios that will help you grow better in the long run, right? Again, I ain't got no personal issue with the dude, but what I will say is, if you are gifted, use your gift to the fullest. But again, I don't see why the dude got so upset with me. He's at the end of the day, we're all supposed to be adults here. Yeah, it is the black sector, and it's actually very sad that you cannot have certain conversations. But yeah, shout out to John Goodwill. He gave me forewarning that you cannot have certain conversation with certain people. Certain people are just not, I wouldn't say capable, but willing. And we should all be willing to have mature conversations as adults, right? Especially if I'm someone who's supposed to be a celebrity, whatnot. I'll bring it back to Tommy Sotomayor. I ain't going to bring it back to that dude, but I'll bring it back to Tommy. right? Because Tommy regularly dropped his link and said, I don't want people who agree with me. I only want to speak to people who disagree with me. And yes, he'd make his argument. For the most part, he wouldn't cuss anybody out. Yes, at times, yes, Tommy did cuss people out, right? But for the most, I would say, excuse me, let me make sure I didn't phrase that incorrectly. For the most part, Tommy did not cuss people out. But yes, there were times he did cuss people out when they're being incredibly incredulous or incredibly ignorant. So yeah, it's going to happen, right? So I can take away from that when Tommy said, and I tried to get this out earlier, I think it was on John's panel, when I said that Tommy called himself a cautionary tale. Do not be like me, right? And yeah, I've had people in my family, my Purse Coastal family, one particular individual tell me, okay, these are the mistakes I've made, and sometimes that's the greatest lesson you could pass to somebody, right? I could be someone who's very wealthy. I could be someone who's extremely gifted, but I can only teach a person how to do only so much right. But sometimes when you teach a person what you did wrong, rather than everybody following in a line like ants, okay, you know what? My grandpa told me not to do this. Let me not invest in Bitcoin because I've seen my friend lose thousands on Bitcoin, right? Oh, a reply to the credit card scam thing. Oh, let me not do that. Let me make sure I get my lawyer to look at this first, right? Even at that, a lyric in a Nipsey Hussle song. What a man say? Get your lawyer on the phone. We can make it real, right? It's not a mistake that Nipsey may have made. He possibly did, but the lyric says it. Get your lawyer on the phone. We could make it real. Before I enter an agreement, I'm going to make sure I have a lawyer on the phone. Whether it's me and Joe Blow, what have you. Okay, we're going to do a contract. I don't do verbal contracts. I'll spend $500 for the hour with the lawyer, even if it's $1,000 an hour to get a lawyer to draft up or review a contract that you want me to sign. I think that's a lesson we could all take, right? Whether it's from Tommy, whether from the other dude, whether from Jim Rome or Darren Hardy or Robert Kiyosaki. There's many lessons that people in good positions can pass down to people who are not as fortunate or lucky to have certain skills or opportunities. It's not a matter of what you have. Oh, Super Saiyan. The link is there, Jim. Yes, an orator. Someone who's gifted at speaking. Yeah, it's called orator. The link is there, Jim. You're welcome to come on up. And this is a perfect example. Jim and I, we've had our differences. We probably still do. But at the same time, I'm more than giving Jim the opportunity to pop on up. But my whole thing is, here's another example. I could learn something off of Jim. I could watch his channel saying, you know what? Do I really want to buy a Japanese car? Do I want to do this? There are many things we can learn from each other. I think this got mixed up with Lavelle, right? And again, this is nothing personal against Lavelle, who was in John's chat. As my grandma used to say to me, no man is an island. No man stands alone, right? It's a song by Dennis Brown. It's actually a really good song. I'm gonna say it again. No man is an island. No man stands alone, right? So we as people, whether it be white people, black people, we as humans in general, but especially black people who are unfortunately damn well, I might say by choice, disorganized, we can all learn from one another, right? Just because this person has this credential, another person has specialties in that credential. Okay, one person has an advantage here, another person has over there. We can all learn from each other. That's my whole thing. There's probably a lot that Kwame can teach me. Other people said no, but there might be not necessarily what he did right, but again, what the person did wrong. He may not have to say I did A, B, C, and D wrong. I could look at his actions and the fallout thereof. Tommy Sotomayor, perfect example. Tommy says, I'm trying to paraphrase here. Some of the mistakes that we as black men make come usually from our dick, right? He said that something about, I'm trying to remember because this is many years ago. Tommy saying that you could lead most men to their doom through their dick. Do I still make those mistakes messing with females I probably shouldn't? Probably. But all I'm saying is it's an opportunity for us to learn. Every day you should learn something. Another dude who's in a different sector, um, he says something to the effect of never stop learning. So I have a lot to learn. I'll never stop learning, and I'll never stop developing as a man to become a better person. So the link is there. I ain't gonna stay up too much longer. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. I'm not here to insult anybody. Again, except for Tyra. But beyond that, I've said what I had to say. I think that other dude said he's gonna go live, and I'm gonna go listen back to the rest of that dude's panel that he was having against myself and John and what have you. But at the end of the day, I'm not offended. I'm not crying. I'm not in my feelings over it. Again, I want to learn from people like who have had success, and I want to see another example. People win the lottery and then they're broke within 3 or 5 years, and I think the stats are even worse than that. Right? I want to learn from people who've made mistakes. A lot of people can get things wrong, or excuse me, can get things right. But there's a lot of people out here, for the majority, who attain certain status, wealth, what have you, and then they blow it all away. A lot of NFL players, a lot of basketball players. I don't really say you see it too much in baseball, but all I'm saying is there's a lot to learn from people who are celebrities, whether it be good, sometimes bad. But again, keep your ears open, keep your eyes open. I don't mean any ill will. If the dude feels personally attacked, the link is there. I ain't gonna stay up too much longer, but I'll probably be back tonight, and we'll take it from there. But anyhow, I want to thank the people that did come up. I want to thank that dude for blowing my channel up. Albeit I am a micro YouTuber. I get probably 0 to any views at all. But you know what? This dude made me important because clearly I'm under his skin without disrespecting him. I don't know how, right? If someone asks me questions, I'm going to try to engage it to the best of my ability directly without trying to filibuster or take everything on an absolute tangent. But anywho, I ain't going to stay up here and stream too much longer. Like I said, I might be back tonight. Worst case scenario, I'm gonna come right back probably in the morning before NFL football, and we'll take it from there. I want to thank the people that did pop up, and thank you. Have a wonderful night.